So what are we doing today?
Today? Oh man, well, we'll have to tell them a little bit of how we came to today. But, today we're hopefully going to pick up our new quote-unquote home, or van number 2 for us.
Yep, so it's likely gonna be another white one, which is not what I wanted, but when you crash your vehicle in another country, your options are limited, and we will absolutely do a video on what to do when or if, and hopefully you never do, crash your Mercedes built-out camper van. So how many hours did we spend looking for van number 2?
Oh man. Well, I mean, the funny thing is there's lots of different options, but the problem is that vans move fairly quickly, we found in the past 2. And when, like you said, I mean, when you're in a different country, it makes a different story. And when you have plans where you're supposed to be taking the van for work and for other things, where it makes, okay, we're in Edmonton, Canada, we could fly to Florida, but then it's like, okay, what if that vehicle doesn't work out or whatever? It was very interesting, right?
Well,
so hours, who knows, right?
And not just like fly to Florida to pick up the van, which, by the way, there has been some decent vans in Florida, but what do you do with all the stuff that you have in your current van that crashed and can't be driven? So you're in a little bit more of a predicament than, if you were back, at home in the States with, storage and everything else that you can use to put everything in. So
definitely part of the van life, right, is where it's like, oh yeah, we've got all this stuff, but then you never really anticipate, oh, I have to take all this stuff out of my van. Where am I going to put it, right? Oh, I'm in a place that I really don't intend on staying too long. Okay, it's not as easy as just going to put it in your garage, right? Or do anything like that. So that's been an interesting sort of realization, right?
Well, and thank goodness for friends that were able to pick us up and use their vehicle to go purchase a new vehicle. So stay tuned. We'll show you guys what we're looking at.
Yeah.
Alrighty guys, we have had quite the 3 weeks, and we're going to tell you everything about what you need to know should you crash your home in another country, all the steps you got to take, because it's not as simple as you might think trying to bring a van from a different country back home. Now with that being said, that's a completely different video, and stay tuned for that.
Yeah, I think because there's so many details too, and we've got some special circumstances with me being a U.S. citizen, her being a Canadian citizen, and we both have residency in each
So it
country.
works out to our benefit.
So we'll talk about that and some of the challenges and things to be aware of, because as a van lifer, right? I mean, we were lucky enough, you can see we're in a house now, but...
Thank goodness for friends, let me tell you.
For sure.
Friends who are family.
And, but yeah, that'll be a whole other video, but to kind of give you some understanding, there's a lot to know.
It was a mess, and I'm not gonna lie, we were super stressed because all of the questions we had, we were getting like runaround answers. So we'll tell you what we finally figured out and found out, and what to do even with insurance companies and everything.
Right.
So with that being said, we bought a van.
So yeah, we were on our way to pick up that. We did buy name to be announced van.
Yep.
And that actually went really smoothly because we had done all our homework ahead of time to know exactly what to do. We were prepared to do that. We got a great deal on that van, and you'll see more of it coming up soon.
Do we tell them the type or the size? Or?
Yeah, I think so. We did do the
We stuck with the Mercedes.
Mercedes Sprinter.
We've had a really good experience with Mercedes,
Yeah.
the functionality, the layout, and we love the drive. So we stuck with Mercedes, especially because of
Just the reliability of it.
yeah. And we're not super mechanical when it comes to like dealing with engines that don't work, or so we didn't want to deal with that. But we ended up purchasing another Mercedes, a 170. So we went bigger from our 144.
Yeah.
So we're super excited to have more room and more space. And we'll share with you guys the layouts. We've gotten a ton of inspiration from other van lifers, so we'll make sure to give them shout outs and credit where credit is due. And ultimately, what we did though when we picked up the van is
Oh yeah, so from picking up the van, which was interesting too, because we and one of the things I'll say about the buying process is we've always bought it from Mercedes dealers, which I think makes it a little easier too. We get the warranties on them and those types of things carrying forward. But normally normally they want to like clean it up for you and do all that stuff, and it was kind of we said no, we need it today, right? Because we had crashed the van and they want to take it off of the lot, right, from where the auto body place was. And so when we totaled it, we actually did not include all of our build out in it. So we had to go and basically deconstruct some of the big important things, like...
Well, when we talked to the adjuster, the reason we did this is because the adjuster told us that we're not going to get the value from the Vanlife add-ons. So like our awning, our fridge, our solar panels, the batteries, all of
Even
those things,
seat,
like the swivel seat, the bench seat that turns into a bed, even like the air compressors for the cabinets. So because they told us, look, you're gonna get like pennies to the dollar that you put in, you're better off like taking all of that stuff out. Minus the structural stuff. So we didn't take the fan, we didn't take like the windows that we installed.
Yeah, we didn't want to leave like big gaping holes in the van.
Because then that would devalue the van, so the insurance payout to us. So we literally went in and cleaned it out, and we'll show you guys some pictures of like befores and afters, because it was a complete disaster from crashing the van and how everything kind of flew everywhere.
Yep.
To cleaning it out.
Yeah, you took some pictures, right?
I did.
Yeah.
And so now where we're at.
So yeah, so one of the things I think on that too was like we had to take the van and we're like, no, we need it for today. And you were super worried about it.
I was.
She's like, it's gonna take forever, and like the most auto body places are not gonna let you do this on their lot. So we were worried that they'd even let us do this. And luckily, again, we were planning for this, right? And they were nice of us. They knew our situation, right? They're like, this is your home, right? And then we know you need it. So sure, just, try to get it done as fast as possible. You were worried about it taking like days.
I thought we would for sure have to go back, because by the time that we got to the auto body shop, it was
like,
already 1:30 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And they closed at 5. And I was like, oh my God, we're going to have to come back tomorrow just to finish it up, because like we had to take the awning off and the solar, and we freaking like super glued that stuff down. So it took some time.
When the build out, I'll kind of go over some of those things we've done in the past. But I mean, ultimately it all worked out well. We don't have to go into spare details. We got it done like right on time.
Well, the joke is, it takes like 200 plus hours minimum to build out the dang van, depending on like the complexity and your skills. And it takes 4.5 hours to deconstruct your van.
It reminds me of packing. Like it takes all day to pack up a vehicle, like, or a truck, right? And it takes like 30 minutes to unpack, which luckily for us, that's what it was like, and because we didn't have to care about, did we leave in a mess? I mean, it was already an accident, and they're just going to be hauling it and then auctioning it. So it worked out pretty well.
Granted, though, when you're deconstructing your van, you're literally just throwing everything into bins. So we'll tell you guys like what we brought with us, how we are trying to organize our life now, because you have more shit even in a van than you think.
It's incredible how much crap we had. And when you don't have the cabinets and things that are built in, it's like, whoa, where do we put this all? So we'll be doing a little bit of, as today, our goal is to kind of start to really kind of start to organize that, you're gonna see some video of me and Caitlin separately, and you'll see the mess that we've kind of made in this basement that we're in, that we're renting from our friends.
Thank goodness we have like a whole basement to ourselves, because
And
I feel a little bad. We're sprawled out.
And these bins that we bought are awesome, and they were super cheap. We got them from Home Depot, so we'll link that. But keep around. So here's one of the guys right here. So we will see you making his YouTube debut.
Our gracious
Gracious hosts. So we'll see you guys later.